You asked me to show how to paint Queen Annie's lace flowers, and that's what I'm going to do today. Hi friends, I'm Olga Koelsch, watercolor artist, teacher and a book author. Welcome to my studio. I would like to place one of the flowers around this corner. This will be point where stem connects to these clusters. The other one I will place around this area. I wouldn't do much of the drawing, but stems are very important, therefore I'm mapping them out. When we paint such flowers with thousands of small little flowers combined in clusters, especially white ones, we can go in two ways. We can either use masking liquid, or we can paint them a little bit darker on a background. That's what I'm going to do today. Therefore, I will mix ultramarine blue. I will also use burnt sienna and maybe a little bit of viridian. So this will be my mix for the background. To make it fun, let's use a modeler brush. I will water a little bit the area. This time I do not use type to fix it because I do not want straight, even borders. Everything will be just about creating some spontaneous movements. Round brush. I would like to add a little bit of brown, and I just create, so to say, nice underground, some nice background, but at the same time I can already start to prepare areas for clusters and paint small clusters of flowers in the background. I'm thinking that there will be more of flowers, but they would not be in our focus, so I just set up some place for that. I can add a little bit of sparkles right now. Now I'm going to paint our main two stems and flowers. Therefore I prepare bolder mix because I will be painting on wet paper. I mix my viridian with ultramarine blue and a little bit of black. That will make my mix very emerald looking. Maybe a touch of burnt sienna. The important that it should be relatively bold. Just with the tip of the brush, the water will do the rest. And set up one stem. Make another one a little bit bolder and more in a slightly different shade. And then the other stem. And at the same time we can add with tiny brush strokes a little bit of greenery nearby. Mix different paints at the same time. Try to hardly touch the paper. That will allow you to create nice fine brush strokes. I would like to add a little bit more of darkness in the bottom area with my everything mix. While my paper is still wet, I can add a little bit of salt in the watery areas. In the dark areas it will work best of all, like this. I will let this part dry, and now I can paint the top part. The top part you can switch to a smaller brush. I'm switching to a smaller brush, and I would like to paint in more brownish color, so I add to my everything mix a little bit of burnt sienna. I try to hold my brush more to the top, that will free my brush a little bit, and starting from this center I just create a lot of lines, these small, how you call them, stems, hardly touching the paper, just painting with the tip of the brush. I can add a little bit more of burnt sienna. Then with the tip of the brush, actually I would like to add a little bit more of green. With the tip of the brush I can start to create these clusters of flowers. Just a couple of them. We will add more later. We will circle back here later. What I would like to do, I would like to paint this connection point between bloom sector and the stem. I would like to make it darker. It's important point. I would like to paint more. So I hold my brush pretty freely, very random brush strokes around. Right now let's circle back to this one. I will attach a little bit more dry brush stroke to the wet one, so it will organically connect. I want to paint it a little bit more on the green side, relatively creamy, and repeating basically the same strategy, the same technique, brush strokes around, bringing them to the connection point. The larger scale you're painting in, the more expressive your brush strokes will be. Like this. A little bit of burnt sienna. If you want to learn painting watercolor more in depth with me, I have different watercolor courses. You can check them out by the link in the description. So we added basics for the paints. We can even go a little bit around. Imagine that some of these flowers are looking at us. Basically I paint random strokes with my brush. I just trying to imitate this idea of the flowers, like this. Same here. If I see something is missing, I can always add details. Look how nicely now you can see how salt worked right here. Now let's do the fun part. If you have a toothbrush, use it. If you don't, you can try to repeat that with some synthetic brushes. You just grab a lot of this mix, get some paper towels to protect the rest of the painting, and add these splashes. With the help of toothbrush you can create really nice dispersion. Let's do same for the other flower. I want it to be more on the brown side, so I try to protect with my other hand, because I do not want to spread it randomly. I want to spread it where the flowers are. So I protect the rest of the paper. I actually would like to add a couple of drops with my brush to make them a little bit bigger. Again, try to place all these splashes at the right part. And then with the tip of the brush you can even go a little bit inside of these flowers, and as we did previously with the bouquet, you can use these spots and drag out some little flowers out of these spots with the tip of the brush. Very delicate work. Don't overdo it, but it will help you to create different flowers, feeling of many flowers around. Now our paper is dry, and let's just finalize everything with a couple of last brush strokes. Indigo, green, emerald mix. And with my finer brush, I will go around the stem on one side, and I will add shady part and a couple of dry fine brush strokes to bring the idea of the greenery around. Same here. I will paint the shady area of this stem like this, and add some details with the tip of the brush. I'm not overthinking it. Just look at the picture where might be a nice spot for that. Also, it's nice to change a little bit the colors on your brush, so everything will look. Don't paint boring. Maybe a couple of splashes again around. In this side, it feels like I would like to add a little bit more right here to balance it out. And we have our flowers. Thank you so much for painting with me. I hope you enjoyed the process. I'm looking forward to read what would you like to paint next, and see you soon. Bye bye.